I need a change. You've been cold to me too many times. You're wasting money. You're a leaker. So I'm replacing you with a new Navien tankless water heater. No more cold shoulders, no more leaks. Just spa-like comfort and Navien peace of mind. And oh, I want you out today.
When you're ready for a change, ask your plumber about Navien or visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass is back, man. 3 big days. Woo! Start at the end of July, Tuesday, July 30th, then right as we kick off August, the 2nd and the 3rd, Friday and Saturday. 3 full days of Pain in the Grass at White River Amphitheater. You got the bands, man. Volbeat, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Disturbed, Slipknot. What a lineup, plus a lot of great local bands. I mean, you've got days filled with awesome music. And tickets, they're available right now as I'm speaking. Go to livenation.com, and remember, man, $2 from each ticket sold benefits the Vitology Foundation. They do a lot of great work with local charities. You want more info about Pain in the Grass, including how you can get the Palace Law Premium Experience, get some great food, hang out with me while I'm drinking?
Nice. That's always the fun way to hang out with BJ.
Yeah, that's the only way you want to. I mean, seriously, it's the only way that I'm nice. Yeah, you got to get that premium experience. Go to KISW.com for all the info.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs. It is time to turn down for Thursday.
Turn down for what?
Oh, yeah.
Seem a little excited there for Friday, Junior.
Well, you know, I've had a bit of an epiphany, which I'll talk about after.
Oh.
I might actually have to pay a compliment to Steve.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We don't need to play the game. Yeah, let's just, I mean, that was a heck of a tease. Let's just skip the whole game and get right to the compliments.
I've decided to turn a big negative in my life into a positive, is all I'm saying.
Oh, me? I'm the big negative in your life?
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Nice.
So, actually, that was good timing the way I said it, though.
Well, that'll be interesting.
All right, let's hurry up and play this game.
Yeah, right. All right.
I know why I'm awesome.
We've got Anthony and Renton to take on Steve. Anthony, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. What's he playing for today?
Choose free tickets over at the Show Center on June 21st. Go to KSW.com for all the details. You get tickets at livenation.com.
All right. Bye, Steve. Well, for those playing at home, Anthony will have 60 seconds still to answer 10 questions. Anthony, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
In which 2000 M. Night Shyamalan movie did Samuel L. Jackson play the role of Mr. Glass?
Pass.
In which U.S. state is named on the label of a Jack Daniels bottle?
Kentucky.
No.
Tennessee.
Yes. Which band had the 90s hit song All-Star?
Smash Mouth.
Yes. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum starred in what 2012 comedy?
21 Jump Street.
Yes. What color dress does Disney's Tinkerbell typically wear?
Green.
Yes. In which city would you find Wembley Stadium?
Chicago.
No.
Pass.
Which 2 colors make the color purple?
Black and blue. Pass.
No.
Blue and yellow.
no. That makes green, but
Anthony, I'm sorry. But
well, after those answers, I don't know if you deserve anything here, buddy. 4 correct.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance. Steve might not pay attention because he's eagerly awaiting what BJ's going to say.
Am I being a jerk? Because, don't we all know that? I guess not, huh?
Well, apparently we don't all know that.
You get the primaries, the 3 primaries, and then they make 3 secondary colors if you put them together. Mm-hmm. But
well, let's get Steve in here and see if he can get it.
All right.
Sometimes you're just surprised by the lack of knowledge.
Yeah, man. Okay.
But there's still a chance.
Well, if Anthony played one of my favorite board games, Vindication, made here in the Pacific Northwest, he would have. I think he would have an easier time with it because it involves those things. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I know Steve doesn't play that.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he'll still get that one. Steve, are you ready?
Yeah.
Do it, Steve. Let's go. In which 2000 M. Night Shyamalan movie did Samuel L. Jackson play the role of Mr. Glass?
Unbreakable.
Yes. Which U.S. state is named on the label of a Jack Daniels bottle?
Oh, crap. Kentucky.
No.
Tennessee.
Yes. Nice. What band had the 90s hit song All-Star?
Hey, now.
Throw bread at me. Smash mouth.
Yes. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum starred in what 2012 comedy?
Magic Mike?
No.
Jonah Hill. Oh, crap. 21 Jump Street.
Yes. What color dress does Disney's Tinkerbell typically wear?
Pink.
No.
Blue.
No.
Green.
Yes.
Nice.
In which city would you find Wembley Stadium?
That would be in London.
Yes.
Hello.
What 2 colors make the color purple?
Blue and red.
Yes. Which musician played the Goblin King in the movie Labyrinth?
Oh, that's David Bowie.
Yes. What Shakespeare play is often called the Scottish play?
Hamlet.
No.
The Tale of Two Cities.
No.
Beethoven.
No. If it's noon in Texas, what time is it in Oregon?
10.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You win, actually. Yeah. You beat Anthony 9-4.
Sorry, Anthony.
No problem.
All right, you take it easy,
Have
buddy.
a good one, man.
Yeah, we were surprised he couldn't get the blue and red part to make purple.
He didn't get that one correct.
No.
Among other ones, but yeah, he didn't get that one, and that was kind of the, we know how this is going to go.
So he said he should lay off the pipe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Everyone, you have a blind spot in life. It's pretty amazing. Like, some things you go, I just don't care to remember that in my brain.
He hadn't had his coffee yet, and I don't know why I'm making excuses for him.
Yeah.
But,
Maybe he's colorblind.
Oh, that's a really good point.
That is excellent. Thank you. I stand corrected.
You guys need to be more inclusive to our colorblind audience.
Dude, it's true.
I should ask that beforehand and see if they are and adjust accordingly.
It is true. I backed a board game, and they showed me the process of, because they were trying to make it colorblind friendly, and they said, here's our challenges trying to do that, and they showed all the different ways that people see colors that we see, and it's like hundreds of different ways they see colors that I see as blue and red and green, and they don't. Like, there's so many different kinds of color blindness. I had no idea.
That's hard to deal with. You were dealing with like a board game too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hundreds of different shades that and they have a name for every single one of the kind of color blindness that you got.
Wow,
that's nuts.
The only one you missed, the Shakespeare play that is often called the Scottish play.
Yes.
Do you have any guesses?
Is it Macbeth?
Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense. It's got the Mac in front of it.
Yeah.
Darn it.
I couldn't think of another play. I mean, now that you say Macbeth, it's like, duh, but at the moment I brain farted.
All I could think of is Midsummer Night Dream and Romeo and Juliet. I forgot all about Macbeth.
I've seen 2 different versions of that in the theater.
Good for you. Look at you, fancy.
I used to be very fancy.
I hate Shakespeare so much in its normal form.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you like the Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet with DiCaprio and all that stuff?
Never saw it.
Oh, it's so good. It is really, really good.
I like Sons of Anarchy. I like that.
Okay, you just like the takes on it. Where
exactly.
It's the motorcycle gang running around.
I definitely, see, that's what I need. I need something like that updated, which is what I tell everybody when, you take your favorite thing like a Batman, like a Star Trek. When they update it, they're making it for a generation that it'll appeal to them. They speak their language. She makes, 1600s? He doesn't speak my language.
That'd be awesome if Batman spoke Shakespearean.
That would actually be really cool.
Thou is Batman. Wherefore art thou?
Now is
Robin.
the winter of our discontent.
Oh,
wow. That's actually from Macbeth.
And then Bane shows up. He's like, I'm Val Bane.
Wow, I feel like I'm right there.
Congratulations, Steve. You won with that comment, but also on Beat Mix with 9 correct.
Caller number 9, you're checking out Judas Priest at the ShoWare Center in June. Well, that's this month, actually. Caller number 9, 206-421-ROCK. We're in June already.
Yeah, we are.
Damn, Daniel.
It's already, summer's almost over.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Very soon we're going to be hitting summer. You're right.
I know.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that might be equinox time, June 21st. Wait. How about Judas Priest is coming during the equinox?
Dude, I had that moment over the weekend where I had some little gathering, bunch of people. I realized how, I know I suck at small talk with people I don't know. Yeah. And I went down the road that I always tell myself not to go down. I saw somebody, I had nothing to say to them, and we're outside, and I'm just like, this weather's been pretty good, huh?
Oh, boy.
And then we had a conversation about the weather, and I was just like, I gotta get out of this conversation. I'm everything that I hate about small talk.
Yeah.
Like, that's all we talked about.
It's tough, though, for guys, dude. It really, was it a dude?
Yeah.
It's always tough. I watched the Black Mirror episode last night, as a matter of fact, and they had a great awkward moment. It was at the barbecue, and the one lady brings over her husband. Hey, this is my husband, Slappy. And she tried to say, hey, he likes bikes, is what she said. And so then she wanders off to take care of the kid, and then the dude says to the guy he just met, so you like bikes, like motorcycles or regular bikes? And the other guy awkwardly goes, no, just bikes. And then they said nothing. It's like they had nothing. And I totally know that moment. That is such a guy moment.
Right. Then it's just like, we're just going to sit here in silence. It's way less uncomfortable if we just sit in silence.
Yeah, it's kind of like what it is, man. You know, it really, really is. All right, by the way, I've got to give you, I don't want to make you wait any longer.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, yesterday was a really tough day for me on the internet. There's a lot of reasons why. But, some of it involves somebody who basically decided to use religion as a weapon. And you know what, Steve? What I've learned in my therapy is to focus on other things besides whatever I might be bothered by. I mean, that's the beautiful thing. Is like, can you widen back and go, what else can you see and what else can you appreciate? And it made me think, you play drums for Jesus and you're one of the coolest guys I know, and you've never been a jerk. You have I thought, you know what? There are some really good people out there that have faith that have never been a jerk to me. Mm-hmm. And I only focus on the ones that I feel who have been really over the line and really jerky with whatever they believe. And I wanted to give you credit because,
thanks,
you and not only that, your wife, and I also know that your father-in-law is a pastor, the whole family.
She's not a pastor. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Her father's not a pastor.
No.
Her father's a somebody? No?
He's a real estate agent. He does a very good job.
Wow, I always, what?
Leonard Hunt for your real estate needs.
Oh. I don't know why I thought I thought he was even cooler because he never tried to proselytize me. Now I know why, because he's not a pastor.
He will sell you a house.
That's funny. He's a real estate god.
Yeah, there you go. Well, either way,
you want someone to find you godly property.
That's what it is.
Leonard Hunt.
I must be confusing him with somebody else I met a long time ago. He must
will find you a home. They'll make you feel blessed. Wow. # blessed.
You know what? I take it back. He's a nice guy, but I thought he was a really super nice guy because. But my point is that
it's a religious family, though.
Yeah, and I've known so many people who have actually been cool, but I've only focused on the negative and it's the minority, by the way. Just like that guy you see at Seahawks whenever you go to Seahawks or Mariners games.
Oh, the big speaker.
Yeah, the big speaker guy.
See, I'm more offended by the speaker that he uses. It's very abrasive.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you know what, dude? It's 2019. You could get a better sounding quality speaker at this point. Like, that's like 70s era megaphone.
Yeah, you got to have a better. Yeah, you got to look a little better at your job.
If you want to tell me I'm going to burn in hell, at least let me understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and where's the pyro? I mean, if we're going to burn in hell, he should have some pyro and some video
or fake pyro, like those fans that just spit up like that, like orange fabric.
Yeah, something. I mean, the guy's got to update his game.
Step it up, dude.
Yeah. So yesterday, like I said, was a tough day. It's funny. I had people on both sides hating me yesterday.
Well, yeah,
it was
you'll
really
have
funny.
that.
I know. It was funny. It was just like one side who says, you know what, you're not enough this, the other side, you're not. And I'm handling them both on the social networks. And I thought, you know what, there's a lot of cool people I know that have both of these opinions who have never bothered me and then been really nice to me. So I wanted to say thank you to you and thank you to all those folks, because there's more of you than the people people that are not so nice, but sometimes that's all I focus on, which is kind of a human thing to do. But widening back and focusing on like the majority, which is cool, makes me think that, hey, the world's not a bad place.
Well, it bums me out because I don't like when people use religion to spew their hatred. They try and use it as a way to justify hatred, because that's not what it should be about. And it saddens me. Like, I mean, if we were going to go into a deep conversation about it, it's funny because this morning I was watching a documentary. This is what I do when I get work done quick enough. I was like, I got a couple extra minutes. I'm going to watch a documentary about a wrestler. Of course, there's a piece about an independent wrestler by the name of Mike Perot, and he's this big dude, like a scary looking dude in the world of wrestling. Like, I'm showing you a picture. He's openly gay, right? So he's trying to break down the stereotypes of being a gay person. And it's like, my whole life I never had a gay man to look up to that was like this really, like, you know, a big mean dude, because he's a wrestling fan. Yeah. Because whenever, you know, they try and portray them in the stereotypes. So he's trying to break those stereotypes. But then he was talking about coming out to his parents, and his parents, he shared a great story. Like, his dad's like, he's like, hey, Dad, I'm gay. And his dad's like, I figured as much. He's like, well, how'd you figure? He's like, I'd be a really bad detective, because he's a detective. If I wasn't able to figure out the signs that said that my son is gay, which I thought was a funny way to respond to it. Then his mom is very involved in the church, and he's like, I was worried about disappointing her. And she's like, no, there are no mistakes. If you were born gay, that's how you were born, and there's no. I'm not going to look at you as a mistake. That's insane. And I'm not going to use religion and how some people are to hate on you because of that. So I thought it was a really powerful documentary. If you just look up Mike Perot, Parrow, and you'll probably find the documentary. It's 15 minutes long, and it's a great piece.
By the way, I have to say, every documentary you've ever recommended to anybody is always a wrestling. Oh yeah, and you go, you don't got to like wrestling to like this, and you're probably right.
Well, this one you don't.
But it is so funny. I mean, this one you don't. It's like the last three you recommended to be our wrestling documentaries that you don't have to like wrestling.
But I just love that it was all about.
It's a cool thing.
And he's a religious guy too. He's like, I know it's ironic, you know, because of just how people have these stigmas. And I'm like, yeah, I wish we could get past that. That there's just a very loud group of people that use religion to hate on other people. And I think that's saddening.
And dude, the other side has got as much hate.
Oh yeah.
Which I understand. Look, I understand if you feel you've been persecuted your whole life, or you have. I get it. But to turn around and be hateful towards somebody else, that's never the answer. And that's the sad thing about both sides. When like you said, when both sides of an issue use hate to spew their message, when it's like, you can be cool and still be an activist. You can fight the good fight and still be a good person to people. And that's the key. I mean, that is the key to getting anybody to agree with you, is if you treat them with respect and dignity, even if you feel like they have a completely diametrically opposed viewpoint as yours.
Yeah, and Danny was sharing a story off the air just because I saw he had a cool picture of him I would imagine, was that in Capitol Hill?
It was in Capitol Hill, yeah.
Where you're laying on the crosswalk, which is the rainbow crosswalk. And you posted something about Albuquerque, and I didn't really understand it, but there was a backstory to that.
So Albuquerque, they recently did, for Pride Month, because June is National Pride Month, they did the rainbow crosswalks in like downtown Albuquerque to celebrate. And yesterday, I guess, it was on for less than 24 hours, and some motorcyclists came by. I say that wrong, but motorcyclists came by and they spun their tires out and defaced all of the rainbow crosswalks that they had spent lots of money on, the city of Albuquerque. And so I just posted up and put, hey, Albuquerque, come check out Seattle, because we have the same thing, and it's not necessarily as hating. And it's like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
Danny, it's people, because first of all, I want to say, because I know a lot of dudes that ride, and those idiots in Albuquerque, those guys that did that, so much the minority of folks that ride. That's the thing. Now they make everybody that rides look bad, when in reality, folks that ride do so many good things and have such big hearts.
Oh, I agree. It's not one single person. It's just these idiots that can't, get out of their minds to just be inclusive.
It makes that community look like it's a narrow-minded community, folks that ride, and they're not. Just like Steve, not every Christian is a bad person that wants to spew hate and wants to hate anybody at all who happens to, like you said, be born gay. We've seen a lot of examples. I've seen examples of religious folks that have children that indeed would be in the LGBTQ community, and they have their religion and they love their children, and their children are having good lives. So you can have both. There is a thing. You can actually have both things in life, except the extremists don't believe you can. But it's like, you know what? Actually, you can, if you just really realize what the core of everything is in life, and that is be cool to people. That's the golden rule, man.
seems rather easy.
Just be cool.
Try and be nice to everybody I can be. I mean, and, obviously there are jerks out there. I'm not going to waste my time on those jerks. But, but I mean, if you're just a good person, what the heck, man? I'm not going to have issues with you.
And here's the thing. Do you know what these people did, Steve? Do you know what these haters have done with their hate?
They go on social media and drive you nuts.
Yeah. And you know what that led to? Me having to pay you a compliment. That's the price that you people had to make me pay.
Can we mark this day down?
I swear I never did.
I got it. What he said, can we isolate that? I want that as my ringtone.
I don't remember what's happened. Thank God.
Whenever BJ calls me, he'll just have his voice saying that. So I can be mentally ready for whatever awesomeness is about to happen.
We should make it one of those national holidays along with Yo-Yo Day.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's Steve Day.
Thank God I have memory issues because I won't remember I said this. It'll be awesome. It'll be great. We got a teen. I got to tell you about this teen that lied to her mom. And the mom came up with a way to teach her a lesson, of course, by humiliating her. I'll tell you what she did at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Motorists in Florida were surprised on June 1st to see a teenage girl in the company of her mother holding a sign saying, "I lied." And she was at a busy intersection, so people are driving by and they're like, what? Yep. The sign said, "I lied. I humiliated myself and my mother." One witness said, quote, "I'm sure she'll never lie again because that was embarrassing." People debated on Facebook if this was an effective parenting tool or not.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't think there's a father involved in this picture because if there was a father involved in this picture, there is no way that would have happened. I would not have. No, I'm telling you, Vicky, there's no way I'd let my kid, my daughter, my son maybe, but I would never let my daughter have to go through that.
Yeah, you don't think though, like if, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it would be like to have a daughter, but.
Yeah, take a look. There she is. There's the product of my joy right there.
She seems very nice.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She doesn't lie. Sometimes she maybe is a little too honest.
Yeah, no, she doesn't lie. You're right about that. Yeah.
She'd be outside holding a son. I was too honest.
Yeah, look, I'm being stereotypical because not every woman and girl is the same and not every guy is the same. But I know that at least for a lot of girls, the way that you approach them is differently than the way you approach guys if you want to help them be better human beings.
Because I was just thinking about this because I saw something on social media. One of our old interns now does a radio show somewhere else. And I guess his intern it was outside in the streets holding a giant sign that said, "I cheated on my pregnant wife."
Oh, whoa.
And I was like, wow, that was rather hardcore.
Yeah.
And you could just see, and it said, like, honk if you think I'm a piece of crap or something along those lines. And he's barely showing his face.
I support that.
Yeah.
I do because, I look, there's a book called The Way of the Superior Man, and David Date has written a lot of great books. He's written a ton of books actually about how, for women, but that's only one book he's written for men. And the core concept is this, is on average, not every man, but pretty much a lot of men grow through challenge where women grow through praise and play. Mm-hmm. So humiliation is a challenge. It's a way a guy can learn. I don't have a problem with that. It's like, you know what? I know you'll learn from this, but humiliating a girl, I don't think that's the best way to teach her what you want to teach her in this situation. I think actually it's really damaging. On average, not every girl's the same, but a lot of girls I think would be damaged by this.
I mean, next thing you know, she's going to be on the main stage because of this.
It's very possible. Now you won't mind that, but I would if I was the parent. So I'm not for this.
Okay.
I really am not for this, and like I said, I don't believe there was a father present in this decision.
There's a lot of dads that do weird stuff to humiliate their daughters. There's a guy who wears short shorts with a sign that says, "Ask my girls if they still think short shorts are so cute."
Yeah, I think that's stupid too.
Yeah, there's a lot of dads that do stuff.
Okay,
like
here's a question about that one because that one's more about he's embarrassing the daughter, but he's embarrassing himself. The joke is on him.
Is it just him?
He's him, but he's got the daughter, and it's like, "Ask my girls." And then there's the dad that made his daughter walk to school, and he filmed it and put it up on social media because she was bullying. Like, there's a lot of dads that do stuff like this too.
Yeah, well, I think those guys are stupid as well. I mean, the short ones I don't mind, Vic.
He looks good in short shorts.
Yeah, because he's not really.
Nice
I don't mind embarrassing the girl by me looking like an idiot, and she's got to go, "God, you're embarrassing."
Stuck with dad because you do that all the time.
Yeah, but it's if you embarrass her by making her do something humiliating, I think that's wrong. And And, I don't know, making a girl walk to school is different than, I think, having her stand out there with a sign going, I lied and embarrassed my mother.
He did film it and posted it everywhere for everyone to see.
I don't agree with that.
See, I wouldn't do that if I was a parent, just because then I'd have to be stuck doing it with them.
Right.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that yet. You'd have to be involved in the parenting.
I'd rather just ground them, put them upstairs, so then I got more time to watch my own shows.
Your kid is going to be so lucky because you're going to be like,
Right, like, I don't want to really humiliate you in outside in front of traffic, because then I got to sit and keep tabs on you.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's a smart kid will just make sure his parents know how much work it will be to enforce whatever punishment they want to enforce. Yeah.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So a Florida mom makes her daughter carry an I lied sign in public. Based on this, listen, we know, man, I'm probably going to hear some great stories about me. We know there were some creative and very odd ways that you were punished by your parents, or perhaps maybe, you know what? You have done a really weird and odd way to punish your kid, or maybe you think it's unique. I'd like to hear unique ways, because maybe we'll tell you how odd it is. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What creative or odd way were you punished by your parents, or have you punished your kids?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A Florida mom makes her daughter carry an I lied sign in public. Based on this, what creative or odd way were you punished by your parents? Or what odd way did you punish your kid? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Oh, yeah. Microphones work.
Hi.
One texter says, I was caught smoking and my dad made me smoke you always hear these stories, and this happened in person, a carton of Marlboro Red 100s.
Ooh.
Didn't really work. I smoked for 10 years before giving up the habit for chewing.
Whoops. Oh, for chewing. Well, that's better.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not. All right.
Somebody says, growing up, my parents would wash our mouth out with vinegar if they caught us cursing. I still hate vinegar to this day.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the problem. You didn't cure the cursing. You basically cured the vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah. They cut them off that instead.
One texter says, freshman year, I failed 4 classes. Mom came to school with me for a week straight, sat next to me in class, and walked right behind me in the halls. I never got less than a C after that.
Whoa. Well, all right. There you go.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know if I can handle my mom hanging out with me at school. That's tough.
That is tough. But again, those were the days where people had time to do that. I mean, who has time now to be able to do that? I mean, both people are working.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a stay-at-home parent. The stay-at-home parent can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Something to do. If you're lucky good's on TV, just go to school with your kid and embarrass them.
Yeah. If you're lucky enough to be able to do that, that would be great. I would love to have gone to school and embarrassed my kids.
Yeah, the way my dad would just punish me by throwing away our toys. I've told that. That's just
your dad was epic in the way he did it too.
Because he would break them first, step on them, joke that he's Godzilla because he knew how much I loved Godzilla, and then throw them away. But you know what? I never kept my toys out on the ground again.
Yeah, you learn. I mean, I tell you right now, man, for a lot of dudes, it's just that basic lesson of like, look, F with me and your life is not going to be as good as if you don't F with me. Mm-hmm. And guys get that. I mean, I got it when I grew up as a kid. God dang, man. I don't know what the hell was my big mouth. And I didn't get to watch an episode of one of my favorite shows. And my dad he hated the show, but he watched it while I was in my bedroom crying because I couldn't watch the show. I could hear it.
Oh,
he's
man.
Like, you know what?
The show's awesome.
You're not going to watch that show, and I'm going to turn it on. Of course, now I laugh going, well, you know what? Who really suffered there? Because, you didn't have to watch Gunsmoke. Instead, you had to watch my stupid sci-fi show. I think I won that one, Pops.
Let's check with your daughter. I know.
Oh, really? Oh, that's lovely. Sarah. I want you to know that whatever odd things happened were Kathy's idea for punishment. I had nothing to do with it.
I bet.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah. This actually was Mom's idea.
Yeah.
I feel like kind of back in the day, it was always the thing that if you swore, your parents would threaten you with the soap in your mouth.
Yep.
I'm going to clean that dirty mouth out. My mom never did it, but one time I was around a bunch of my friends at home trying to act like a cool girl, swearing up a storm, and she's like, don't do it. I'm going to put soap in your mouth. And I'm like, no, you're not. She's like, open your mouth the next time you swear. Swore. She opened my mouth, put dish soap, like a huge...
Oh, not even like bar soap?
No, a huge squeeze of lavender dish soap. And I had it in my mouth. I breathed. I blew some bubbles. I was like, that's so pretty. And I was like, she's like, okay, spit it out now. And I'm like, and I just swallowed it.
Oh,
damn. And I was like, hey, it wasn't that bad. She's like, Damn you, Sarah.
Jesus.
And obviously, it didn't work.
Lovely situation.
Didn't work at all.
I can't imagine when you had to go to the bathroom later, all the bubbles coming out.
I don't even know.
Sarah, and
I don't want to read all the texts from all the thirsty dudes after hearing that story now.
Yeah, no, you don't. No,
Always
you
a
don't.
swallower.
Yeah. That's even worse. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for contributing to the lore that is you.
Sorry, you just got it, no matter what it is.
Can't wait to read the tweets today, Danny.
Yeah.
Can't spit.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah, it didn't work though. I still have
Well, you blocked that guy, so you don't have to hear from him.
No, not at all. Well, there was. I will tell you the war of the wills between Sarah and my wife. I mean, it goes on today.
Yeah.
They are just, they fight and they have their own way of doing it. And I've always been of the kind where I would like, okay, I need to negotiate with Sarah because you're not going to win a war of the wills.
You're not, yeah.
Yeah. And, so I would have to negotiate and go, what's up? And then Kathy's friends would try to tell me how to parent my daughter.
That never ended well.
Oh, I know. And I'd be like, and of course, luckily for me, I'm like, you don't even have any kids. You don't even have a job. Get out of my kitchen and stop talking to me. You waste of human space.
Yeah, I definitely was not the nicest to mom's friends.
Yeah, so there you go. See, that wasn't me. I didn't do it, Steve.
One text that said, I learned something new about Sarah.
Yeah.
You didn't know that already? Come on.
Yeah. Of course, the personality types, Sarah's got my personality, and of course, Kathy is completely different. And as you can imagine, Joey has his mom's personality, so therefore the war of the wills would be between him and I.
Oh, okay. And
those didn't end well either. It's like,
Joey D's nuts.
I was always good at winning arguments. Whenever I would try to get punished, I'd be able to weasel my way out of everything. But I was kind of a heavier kid when I was younger, and I think BJ finally caught on. He figured out the perfect punishment for me that was very odd, and it was just to do jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Cardio.
Yeah, there you go. Do cardio, kid.
And I remember one time I ate the last Oreo in the cupboard, and he blew up on me. And he's like,
I'm not surprised.
I had an Oreo addiction. I don't know if you know that. Yeah.
Yeah, he made me do
Better
so
not touch
many...
his Twinkies.
Oh, Steve.
Don't even bother.
Twinkies never made it past the 5-minute mark when they got home from the house.
True.
But yeah, at one point when I finished the last Oreo, he goes, you're doing 30 goddamn jumping jacks, and then you're doing 30 more and 30 more. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know how many I have to do. And he goes, you do them till you fall over. Well, I ended up banging into our little railing. And then he goes, good. Now that you've hurt yourself, you'll know not to eat my Oreos.
Right. Now that you burned all those calories, you'll learn not to put any more on by eating my Oreos.
Wow. I would be there sometimes, and I would just watch him do the... One time, we were on
Did you at least put on a military hat and pretend that you were Drill Sergeant Shay?
Exactly.
with a whistle.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, we
Get me 30.
We were in this car one time, and I don't know, Joey had Cheetos or something, and they started an argument, and Dad, you literally pulled over the car and made Joey get out of the car and do jumping jacks, and you threw his Cheetos at him while he was doing them.
Yeah.
Wow. And I
Can
was
we recreate this? Can we get a bag of Cheetos and have you recreate this?
And I was like, oh, damn, I wanted those Cheetos at least.
Yeah. This was I don't know why people thought I needed therapy.
No wonder why Joe flinches whenever I'm eating Cheetos.
Yeah, it brings back the bad memories.
Daddy.
Yeah. And I wasn't the skinniest kid either, but I never had to do jumping jacks. I just watched.
No, well, you and I were
too busy swallowing.
You and I were able to
all the
communicate,
things.
Sarah. That was the thing. You and I were kind of on the same wavelength, and Joey and Mom never had issues. So it was really the war of the wills with the different personalities in the house.
Yeah, I'm glad Mom never made me do jumping jacks.
No, she wouldn't know.
Dude, this story is nuts from the text line. My sister lied about cleaning the horse's stalls at 9 years old. So my mom threw horse poop on her bed and said, if they can sleep in poop, so can you.
Whoa.
Damn.
See, I love those parents. See, my Cheetos don't look so bad, do they? Would you rather have, Joe, horse poop thrown at you or Cheetos?
I'll take the Cheetos.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. See, you were privileged.
Yeah, Mom of the Year right there. It's amazing when you, as a parent, when you lose your S, and the kids know it. I know kids know when the parents are about to lose their S, and there's a satisfaction, even though you're getting Cheetos thrown at you, that you've just driven your parents crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that with my own, and so it's like, yeah, and I can't believe, I'm the guy, oh, he's doing it to me like I did it to my dad. Go! Oh, man. Great parenting.
So she says, my daughter kept peeing her pants at school, and she said, the bathrooms are too dirty. Well, I told her, if you keep peeing your pants, you're going to have to wear the diapers. She said, all right. Next time she had to use the bathroom at home, I told her we'd have to go to a porta potty, and I showed her how dirty those would be, and she cried and cried and cried, and finally used the bathroom in the porta potty. She never peed her pants at school again.
Oh, that's a tough one. That going to the bathroom, teaching a kid
how dirty is the bathroom at your school that you're like, you know what, I'd rather just go on my pants.
Dude, kids are nasty.
Some kids just make up excuses. I think they just didn't really want to go and they'd rather pee their pants. I can't, kids' logic.
Can you relate?
I understand that they have a way of thinking and it's weird.
Yeah, that's because you are. Yeah, I know.
I'm basically a child.
Yeah, you do think like a child. I can appreciate how you know that. It is. I mean, kids are funny. Like, they just when they decide they don't want to do something. Sarah didn't want to wear underwear or socks for her whole little kid life because she didn't like the way it felt and the battles we had. I cannot send you to school with no underwear.
And I loved wearing dresses. That's all I would wear.
That was like you can't go to school with a dress and no underwear. Yeah, it's just like
I like to be free.
Yeah, and
which is funny because you like socks now.
I do. I don't really like the underwear still, but working on it.
Oh, this is not a good show for me.
You're learning a lot of cool stuff.
I don't really want to learn these things about my daughter. I really don't want to learn about these things. Yeah.
How about this text? As a teenager, I slammed my door too many times. My mom took it off the hinges, put it underneath the bed. At night, she would watch TV just a little bit louder than normal to teach me the value of having privacy and a door.
See, we're amazing, us parents, aren't we?
I bet a lot of people have dealt with the removing the door for whatever reason. Maybe it's the kid kept bringing the boyfriend over or whatever it is, but the door seems to get removed a lot in situations.
The worst thing that happens as a parent, well, when you're a kid, you realize how much of a jerk your parent was, and you're like, okay, when I get to be a parent, I will never be this bad. And even when we started, my wife and I had conversations when we went, right when she was pregnant with Joe. Here's our plan. Here's how we're going to be better than both of our parents were to us and all of it. And then we don't realize the S storm that is children and the stress storm that comes at you. And then you realize, oh, this is why my parents were insane.
Yeah.
We were jerks just by the very nature of being children. You don't know that until you experience the joy of a pain in the ass child and the terrible twos and the teens and all that. And then you realize why your parents were nuts. Yeah. And you know what, Steve? Someday I hope you find out.
Oh, that's great.
I can't wait for you to come into me and go, why did I give you so much of a hard time with your daughter? And why did I do all those uncomfortable things? I feel like now I know what. Oh, dude, I can't wait.
If the world is blessed for me to bring a child into it.
Oh, here we go.
You're looking at the future world leader.
Oh, really? Your child?
Yes.
The future world leader of what? Idiocracy world? Is that what we're talking about?
The world will change because of that kid's greatness.
I don't know if I want to live in that world.
Well, get used to it if it happens.
Oh, okay. All right. We got a woman in a restaurant. I love this. A woman in a restaurant line calls a guy fat. And how he responded to her, oh, it is awesome. I'll tell you what he did at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Wanted, dead or barely alive. Your old or outdated computers, monitors, and televisions, working or not. Don't trash it, recycle it. eCycle Washington makes it easy. Households, small businesses, public schools, and other organizations in Washington may drop off unwanted computers, monitors, and televisions at over 300 locations statewide for free. Find the location nearest you at eCycleWashington.org and click on Where Can I Recycle? That's eCycleWashington.org.